Hello painters, it's Debbie from acrylicpouring.com, and already you can tell it's gonna be a spinny kind of day. So I have my record and I've already got it taped down to my cake turntable here. It's not as awesome as a proper banding wheel, but it kind of does, and it works okay for spinning. So some people have asked me, excuse me, how I prepare the records, and what I do is I wipe the surface down with alcohol and a lint-free cloth and then just wipe it and dry it off. And then I cover the hole in the middle with these labels. You can see the circles that I've taken out from here. These are Avery 2.5 inch glossy labels, and I'll put a link under the video in the description where you can get them. And basically what I wanted really was to make sure that I'm using a high quality label. So I'm using an Avery one. I know that it's going to stick well and it's got a nice smooth glossy surface, much better than just picking some cheap label I think from the dollar store, because after all you want this to stay stuck down, and you also want to make sure that it's going to stay stuck down once you've got paint on it too. So someone has asked me to do a record for them for use with a clock, and using some colours which I'd used for a YouTube challenge. So the previous challenge was to use black, white and a metallic and blow the paint, and I used a kind of a marbled white and gold as a background, and that looked kind of cool. So this one is going to be the same. I've got white and gold just mixed in here, which I'm going to put down as the background to my record, and then I'm going to try and do gold and black in a spiral coming out. I think it's going to be a challenge because I know from spinning the records in the past, anything you put on the top of wet paint spreads out really far. So I'm concerned that if I put black on, I'm going to end up with a whole load of grey, but we will see. So I've just realised that I'm going to need to double spin this record because I'm going to pour it once and then I'm going to need to spin it again. So I'm just going to need to lift it up and make sure I've got a little stick or something underneath so that I can get a little bit of purchase to spin a second time. So let me go ahead and do that now. Okay, I think that's better. I've got a little stick on either side and I can use the stick now to spin the record when I need to do it afterwards once I've got the background done. So this first one is just white paint with some Floetrol, gold paint with some Floetrol and water, and there's not a whole bunch there, but the gold and the white are kind of just mixed in together to create a marbled effect. I'm going to throw this down, so let's give it a good spin and get it going, and then I'm going to cover this for our background layer. There we go, that's all I need to do. Okay, so that's my background layer done, and now I'm hoping to create some kind of very light spiral with gold and black, but I'm thinking I know the black is going to spread, so I should probably put that one on last. So I've got a little bit of gold mixed up and ready to go, and I'm going to try and put on a very fine line of the gold paint as I spin again. So let me get it going to a good speed, and hopefully I can then create a delicate spiral. Delicate being the difficult word there, or even spiral being a difficult word. Let's see if I can get this going up to a good speed, and then I'll see what I can do. Okay, well it's definitely a spiral, but it did come out with a bit more of a big blob there in the middle that I was hoping for. But anyway, I'm going to spin it again and see if we can spread this out a little bit, because I want it to be a little bit more spread before I put the black on. So I'm going to see if I can give it another good spin and see if we can spread it. Okay, that's more the look that I was going for, so I'm very happy with that. Now I need to put the black on. Let's give it a little shake, and I want to try and do this really delicately, or I'm worried that it's going to mess. As I spin, it's probably already going to spin a little bit more of this gold off, so I don't want to spin it too fast. Well, let's just give it a try, shall we? Do I want to put another gold on there? Maybe I should put some more gold, because I know the gold is going to kind of spin off a little bit more. I'm going to try and put, I've got a bit more gold in the cup. I'm going to try and put another layer of gold on. Let's see. Nope, that didn't work. I had it off center, it was hitting the side. Let's try again. No. Come on. Oh, now I've put my finger through it. No. Okay, let's give that a little dab. Okay, it'll be good. The paint's gonna spin anyway, so it'll all look fine. Right, okay, let's spin this. Okay, I've got more gold. So now when I spin, whoops, drop my cloth, the gold will spread out and I should end up with a thin layer of black and more gold spread out. So I'm happy with that. Let's see if I can get this spinning. My black is ready to go, it's fairly thin. So. Well, okay, that was what I was going for, except I've got an unfortunate smiley face in the middle. Oh no, that looks just so obviously smiley face. Oh, and I've got hair too. Hold on, I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna use my very fine pointy tool. Just get that hair out of there. Okay, that's gone, that's good. What am I gonna do about this smiley face? Because I really like the black. Should I spin it some more? Okay, I'm going to try and drag that with a stick. Give myself a clean stick, and I'm going to try and create this back into the spiral by dragging it with the stick. Let's see what happens. Zooming in a little bit. So I want to drag this bit round to here. Okay, a bit more back the other way. That look a bit more. Okay. And then these two need to join up to make a spiral. Okay, that's not quite so obviously happy face. I think we've fixed it. I could do with, come on paint, just do me a tiny piece, that's it, here and here. And now I'm trying to turn that into the rest of my spiral. Okay, saved. No more is it a smiley face, thank goodness for that. So should I give it a last spin and just spread out that black so that it replicates the gold a little bit with the jagged edges? Maybe I'll give it a try. Okay, one more spin just to see if I can spread the black out just a little bit, because it's a very fine line, and then that will be it, no more fussing. Okay, that's good. That's made that nice jagged line in the black that I was looking for. That is happy. Now, of course, when you spin, the center of the record doesn't, it doesn't go far, it only spins here, whereas the outside of the record spins much more, spins much faster. So of course the paint that's on the outside tends to move more than the paint that's in the middle. So I've still maintained that spiral, but I've got the jagged effect that I was looking for otherwise. Phew! I was quite nervous about this one because it was a request, somebody specifically wanted this kind of look and these kind of colours. So I was a bit nervous, but I think it's turned out all right, despite me sticking my finger in it at one point. And oh, I've got a little bit of paint that I could just fill in on the edge of the record there. I've got plenty of spillage. Let's pop a little bit there. I think that's good. That's probably again where I've just touched it with my fingers and I was spinning it round. So I will go around the edge and just check, but I think it's just in those couple of spots. Okay, so let me bring you down and we'll look in close up. So it did end up with a bit more gold there in the middle than I was hoping for. I was trying to do that nice kind of fine line, fine spiral, but of course I ended up with the blobs of paint there in the middle where it came out the cup all in a big blob at the start. I probably should have had it just a little bit thinner, but I think it still looks good. I've still got the nice kind of spiral effect, and I love the way the paint, you know, spreads out to create these kind of zigzags around the outside. And I managed to do quite a fine black spiral and spin it as well to get the nice zigzags around the black. So hopefully the person is going to be very happy with this. Certainly it was a bit of a challenge, but I think I've risen to the challenge today and created something that I think they will like. So hang on now, because I am going to dry this one up and varnish it, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done and finished. So here it is, glossed and finished and looking really sparkly and metallic again now. I think now it's dried, the contrast between the gold and the black is really quite striking, and I really like it. Unfortunately, there's a couple of places where I think I span it, you see here, a little bit too much, and the paint is just a little bit thin in one place there, and another little place just here. It's a little bit thin. So this one isn't going to go in my Etsy store for sale. I've already glued a little hanger to the back, and I'm going to send this one to my Humane Society thrift store, and hopefully somebody there will pay a few dollars for it and help feed the cats and dogs in the Humane Society. So thank you very much for following along with this one. I hope you've enjoyed this spin. It's certainly one that I've really enjoyed doing, and I look forward to doing something a bit more like it again in the future perhaps. See you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe.